What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. Now, you guys could probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, guys, you're definitely going to want to see this one, as we got a major backfire coming for that crooked rogue agent, Jack Smith. So we got the Trump 47 Justice Department riding his bumper, hot on his trail in this newest update, guys. And I'm excited to get into it. Drop straight into it. Just make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it, y'all. Check this one out.
Trump 47 Justice Department needs to open a criminal probe on what Jack Smith and Jay Bratt and Alvin Bragg and Matthew Colangelo and Tish James and Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade and even these Democrat judges like Engoron, Merchan, and Shutkin have done when they waged this unprecedented, unlawful lawfare against President Trump. And it was obviously election interference. And so I would open a criminal probe under 18 USC section 241, conspiracy against rights, a very serious federal civil rights felony. Jack Smith is very, very well aware of this statute, 18 USC section 241, because it's one of the 4 counts he brought against President Trump in DC for the bogus indictments of the former president for objecting to a presidential election, which is allowed by the electoral counts and the First Amendment. And I say this very seriously. They need to open this criminal probe, because if they must face severe, and I mean severe, legal, political, and financial consequences for what they did to our country by dragging a former and future president through this lawfare and election interference. They have committed a very serious federal civil rights felony, along with many other crimes.
100%. And by the way, this is Trump's lawyer, Mike Davis, very brilliant guy, speaking right now, and he's right on the mark. We got to make sure we set the tone so that this could never happen, never wants to happen again, because this is unacceptable. The way they came after Donald Trump, this illegal law for all the political witch hunts, totally unacceptable. And then those judges to allow these rogue agents to use their courts like that to come after Donald Trump, they need to pay also.
Very serious federal civil rights felony, along with many other crimes. 18 USC section 241. And I say this very seriously to Jack Smith and Jay Bratt and all the goons on their staff. You guys better lawyer up, because justice is coming.
Would you serve as special counsel, Mike?
I don't think.
You don't need Senate confirmation. No, you don't need Senate confirmation anymore. We know the new rules, Mike.
Listen, I think there are 3 people who I recommended to be AG. I didn't know Pam Bondi was interested. She's the best of them all, so I'm glad that she came forward and agreed to serve as AG, because she's fantastic. But special counsel Mark Paoletta, special counsel Chris Landau, special counsel Jeff Clark would be great. The problem is I've run my mouth too much on your show and too many other shows, and so I'd have to
Hey, Mike Davis just simply, if you've seen any of his clips, he tells it how it is. It's not running your mouth. It's really the truth. They don't want to hear it straight up. I think you'd make a brilliant cabinet pick for Donald Trump.
I've run my mouth too much on your show and too many other shows, and so I'd have to recuse from too many of the cases if I were the special counsel. But in all seriousness, Ben, there has to be accountability. They're not going to just get away with what they did. They spent $100 million
100%.
in taxpayer money. What did President Trump have to spend? What did these other witnesses have to spend? What did state and local and federal law enforcement have to spend to have President Trump go to these various hellhole court proceedings and protect him while he did this? There has to be accountability. They knew what they were doing was bogus. They knew it was all about the election, and that's obvious by the fact that they shut down these investigations and these prosecutions after the election, after President Trump beat their like a drum on November 5th.
Hey, let's be real though, Mike. Like I said, Mike Davis is going to tell it how it is. I'm probably going to edit that part out, but oh my goodness, he's absolutely right. You've seen all these cases dropping as soon as Donald Trump won the 2024 election in a landslide. All those rogue agents, those crooked judges that came after Donald Trump were trying to, you know, seize fire because they already knew what was coming next.
Mike, they could just a small special counsel position. You could be in charge of spanking Big Fanny. Think about it.
What?
That would be an interesting job. I mean, hell, Nathan Wade got $700,000 to do that, so maybe it's not such a bad gig after all.
You got jokes today.
We made news, Ben. We made news.
You brought up a point that you haven't brought up on the show before, Mike, which is that you could charge Jack Smith with some of the charges he brought against Donald Trump. Could you unpack that?
Yeah, I mean, one of the charges that Jack Smith brought in his bogus indictment against President Trump for January 6th was 18 USC Section 241 conspiracy against rights for President Trump's non-crime of objecting to a presidential election, which is allowed by the Electoral Count Act of 1887 and the First Amendment. Democrats objected to Republican wins in 1968, 2000, 2004, 2016. We don't see Al Gore and John Kerry and Hillary Clinton in prison for objecting, right? And so Jack Smith brought this bogus charge. They only brought these charges by these Democrat operatives because they knew President Trump was thinking about running again. And then then right after the election, they remember before the election, Ben, the election doesn't matter. This is about justice. And then after the election, they leak out that they're going to drop these things immediately. Look, there have to be consequences.
That's a great point, guys. Throughout the whole thing, even Joe Biden was saying if he's innocent, justice will do his part through the whole thing. And then out of nowhere, right as soon as Donald Trump, like I said, won in a landslide, now they're singing a whole different song. It's only one thing that we can think or make of this, and it's that this was all politically motivated. They came after this dude in order to interfere with the election. It didn't work. And honestly, if anything, it helped Donald Trump.
The election, they leak out that they're going to drop these things immediately. Look, there have to be consequences. This dirtbag Jack Smith got banished to The Hague after he went after former Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell, a likely presidential or vice presidential contender in 2016. This scumbag got brought back because he is a partisan Scud missile who Democrats launch against Republican presidential or vice presidential contenders. Jack Smith should see the inside of a prison for what he did.
And that would be done through a special counsel investigation via the justice appointed at the Justice Department?
It doesn't even have to be done through special counsel. It could be done through the criminal division, the U.S. attorney for the Southern District. I think that what needs to happen is the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida needs to open a grand jury proceeding in Fort Pierce, Florida, on this criminal conspiracy against rights against all of these Democrat prosecutors and witnesses and operatives and even judges who have engaged in this republic-ending conspiracy against rights. USC Section 241.
It could be Jack Smith's home that gets raided by the FBI next.
Yeah, I mean that would actually be justice compared to what he did.
Really quickly here, because I know that a lot of people are talking about it, and I know we have a heart out. The pardoning of Hunter Biden. Will it happen via Joe Biden? Will it happen? Will Trump consider doing it? What's your take, Mike? What would be your advice?
Well, I would say this. If Hunter Biden or Jack Smith or any of these other Biden allies get pardoned by President Biden, then that means that they can no longer assert the Fifth Amendment right to not incriminate themselves, the right against self-incrimination. And so if they're pardoned, that means that they can be hauled in before the Trump 47 Justice Department, before grand juries, before House Republicans, Senate Republicans, the House Judiciary Committee, Oversight Committee, Appropriations Committee, Senate Judiciary Committee, Senate Oversight Committee, Senate Appropriations Committee, the Intel committees. So maybe they should be careful what they ask for when they ask for a pardon, because then they have to testify. And if they refuse to testify, they can be held in contempt of Congress or obstruction of justice, and they can go to prison for that.
Yo, there we have it, guys. That one coming from our friend Benny Johnson. Definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. For those of you who want to go check out that full video, definitely be down in the description box below. Also, make sure you guys go over there, show our friend Benny Johnson tons of love, tons of support, man. He's a solid guy. Oh my goodness, guys. That was a very interesting tidbit there at the end, also about, kind of giving up your Fifth Amendment if you get the pardon. Definitely be interested to see how that plays out, the whole Hunter Biden situation. It sounds like Jack Smith, just because he resigned, stepped down, quit his supposed special counsel seat, he's still in hot water. All these folks, these rogue agents, bad actors, came after Donald Trump, you know, throwing those charade cases, political witch hunts at him. Now they have to face the madness. Now they have to face the blues. And it just seems like they're trying to run away and they just can't get away fast enough. We got Jack Smith. He is tangled in all of this. We've seen I feel like he was the pushiest, you know, the way he came after not only Donald Trump. Remember, he was rushing Judge Eileen Cannon. He was overstepping, skipping and leapfrogging courts in order to get decisions made quicker. I mean, the way he came at Trump, I'm with Mike Davis. He may need to see some recourse for his action. I mean, it would just be justice for us all. Guys, but definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Where do you see all these cases going? We got Jack Smith, that rogue. I feel like he is just on the front eye right now. All the other ones on the back burner. Jack Smith he's the bullseye. I don't know, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know where you think this whole thing goes. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you did enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.